Assalamualaikum and hello everyone and welcome to this session on future ready quality assurance. So today we will explore how quality assurance or QA is changing and why these changes matter for you as future project managers. So in the past, QA was seen mostly as a technical task in a way to check if something worked correctly before handing it over to a client. But today, QA has taken on a much bigger role. It is no longer just about confirming compliance with standards and rules. Instead, QA has become a more powerful strategic tool that ensures projects meet the new and evolving demands of customers, clients, and other important groups known as stakeholders. We will look at how QA connects with innovation, how it interacts with technology, and how it addresses the rising expectations of stakeholders. Now, this discussion will help you understand not only what changes are happening in QA, but also how you as a project managers can adapt and lead with confidence in this new environment. Now, to start, let us take a step back and see how the role of QA has evolved. Now, traditionally, QA was about detecting error and checking outputs against established rules. So it often appeared towards the end of the project life cycles when deliverables were inspected before being handed over. So while this helped ensure compliance, it also meant that mistakes discovered late were costly and time-consuming to fix. But today, however, QA is viewed as a driver growth and success. It is expected to be integrated into every stage of the projects from initiations to closure. As project managers, you must connect QA activities with what stakeholders truly expect. Now, these expectations are changing quickly because advances in technology increase attention to sustainability and greater social awareness. So in the sense, QA must now be flexible, forward-looking, and capable of adapting emerging challenges. So this transformation is what makes QA a strategic enabler rather than a simple checklist. Now let us look into evolution of stakeholders' expectations. Let us now focus on the stakeholders. Now the expectations of the stakeholders have grown significantly in the last decade. Previously, quality might have meant durability, accuracy, or technical compliance. While this remains important, today stakeholders demand more. They want products and services that are environmentally responsible, ethically produced, and transparent in how they are delivered. So they also expect speeds, personalization, and data security. For example, in IT projects, users are not only looking for software that works, they expect interfaces to be intuitive, updates to be frequent, and their personal information to be protected. Now, in construction, stakeholders expect buildings that are not only safe and functional, but also sustainable, energy efficient, and aesthetically pleasing. Now, in manufacturing, consumers increasingly want assurance that supply chains are ethical and environmentally friendly. So if these broader expectations are ignored, trust is quickly eroded, even if the technical aspects of the projects are flawless. So as project managers, your role is to ensure that QA processes capture and addresses these evolving expectations. Now, transformation of the quality assurance. So this brings us to how QA itself is transforming. It is no longer something performed as the final stage of a project, but instead QA must begin early, right from the planning phase, and continue throughout the project life cycles. Now, modern QA is proactive and data-driven. It uses real-time monitoring, automation, and predictive tools and prevent problems before they occur. So it involves multiple departments, marketing, R&D, operations, and even finance, because quality is no longer confined to one function. It is also deeply connected to customer feedback, which means QA now helps shape designs and delivery rather than simply testing the finished outputs. For example, construction companies today use drones to monitor building sites in real time, while IT firms rely on automated testing tools that run continuously throughout development. Now, both approaches prevent issues from escalating and ensures that stakeholders' confidence remains strong. Now, here's the underlying question of why QA innovation matters. Why is all this innovation in QA so important? The answer lies in its impact. QA innovation strengthens stakeholder satisfaction because it aligns the project goals with current and future needs. So it builds confidence among clients and differentiates organizations from their competitors. Furthermore, innovative QA supports continuous improvement. For example, predictive analytics can alert teams to potential bottlenecks before they occur, saving both time and resources. Now, agile QA methods allow teams to adjust quickly when circumstances change, ensuring that quality remains consistent even in fast-moving environments. To put simply, QA innovation matters because it saves time, reduces costs, enhances trust, and ensures that promises made to stakeholders are consistently delivered. How about the future trends in QA? Let us now turn to the future. 7 major trends are shaping QA. First, predictive analytics uses historical and real-time data to anticipate problems and reduce risk. Second, the Internet of Things enables real-time monitoring of equipment and processes that allows for continuous feedback. So the third, sustainability metrics are increasingly included to ensure that projects are environmentally responsible. The fourth, agile QA practices support projects that requires frequent updates and rapid adaptation, especially in IT and product development. The fifth is digital twins, the virtual models of physical systems that allow teams to test, optimize before actual implementation. Number 6 is about blockchain is being used to provide secure, transparent, and traceable records of quality checks. And finally, customer co-design is becoming more common where stakeholders actively participate in shaping products and services to ensure relevance and satisfaction. Together, these trends show that QA is becoming more technological, more transparent, and more stakeholder-focused. Strategic role of project managers. So as a QA changes, so does the role of project managers. Your job is no longer just to ensure that schedules are met and budgets are controlled. You must now translate stakeholders' needs into clear quality goals, coordinate across departments, and integrate innovative QA practices into your projects. So this includes helping your team adopt new technologies such as predictive analytics or workflow automations and planning QA in ways that allow for flexibility when requirements change. So it also means ensuring transparent reporting so that stakeholders can see and understand the progress being made. When you succeed, these tasks, you not only build trust and confidence among stakeholders, but also strengthen the long-term reputation of your organizations. How about challenges in innovating of QA? Now, of course, innovating QA is not without its challenges. Stakeholder needs change rapidly, which can make it difficult to keep QA standards current. Now, teams may resist adopting new technologies such as artificial intelligence or IoT tools, especially if they are not confident in using them. Now, sometimes project timelines are so compressed that QA is perceived as slowing things down, leading to shortcuts that compromise quality. So there are also concerns about data privacy and cybersecurity when new digitals are used. And of course, there is the issue of cost. Advanced QA technologies often require significant upfront investment, which can be difficult for smaller organizations to justify. Now, as project managers, you must anticipate these challenges and guide your teams through them. Now, these may involve providing training, gradually introducing automation, or building a strong business case that highlights how QA investments lead to long-term savings and benefits. Now, benefits of QA innovation. So despite these challenges, the benefits of QA innovation far outweigh the difficulties. Now, first, innovation builds trust with stakeholders by demonstrating that quality is taken seriously. Now, second, it shortens the project timelines by preventing errors rather than fixing them later. The third, it improves risk management by identifying potential issues before they escalate. Fourth, innovative QA helps organizations stand out in the market by consistently delivering superior results. And finally, when stakeholders are actively engaged in QA processes, they feel valued and respected, which deepens relationships and increases support for the projects. Now, these benefits highlight that QA is not merely technical, it is both strategic and relational, influencing not just project outcomes, but also the broader perceptions of the organizations. Now, in conclusions, QA has moved beyond being a technical checkpoint to becoming a strategic function that drives the project success. Future-ready QA is a proactive, flexible, and aligned with both stakeholder expectations and emerging trends in technology and society. Now, as project managers, your role is to lead this transformation. You must ensure that your teams embrace innovative QA practices, that stakeholders' expectations are embedded and project plans, and that reporting is transparent and trustworthy. When QA is done well, it not only ensures compliance, but also creates long-term value, trust, and success. Thank you for joining this session, and I hope you now see how future-ready QA is not just about meeting today's standards, but also about preparing for tomorrow's opportunities and challenges.